What up? It's Sunday. I got some time on my hands, so I'm going to, rather than polish the metal parts that were really rusty, I'm just going to spray those pieces black to keep things simple, pop them back in the engine bay, and throw the alternator in, and find myself a belt, and we'll be rocking. Get the Celica on the road. I want to plan a trip to Harry's U-Pull-It. It's a huge pull your part junkyard type spot in PA or whatever. So hopefully I could find a harness for my Celica or something that I could build a really nice wire tuck harness off of, and I could maybe make a little soldering and wire tuck type of video. Let me get the Celica out so I could paint these parts. I just pulled the car out. I can't start it, but it's pretty light and easy to pull out. So I just have a wheel chock and leave it in neutral. Here's what I'm painting. EGR tube, oil control valve. I scuffed them up at home, cleaned them. I'm gonna give them another cleaning and start spraying, hang them up somewhere and start spraying. So, and then back in the car, but I'll let them cure for a day first. No primer, just engine enamel as well. I have my parts masked and hanging. I'm gonna give them a quick cleaning and I'll start spraying. While the parts dry in between coats and stuff, I'm gonna really organize my tools maybe once more. And I'll give you a quick toolbox. I'll organize my tools while I spray and wait for it to dry. And I'll give you a toolbox tool. Bleh. I can't say toolbox tour. I'll give you a toolbox tour at the end of the video. Alright. Maybe not on this part. I'm going with the tried and true. This right here is my favorite semi-gloss black engine enamel, which I use for my interior on the Celica, and it looks very nice, looks very even when you're done, very cool. And once it gets scratched up, I just touch it up with this. I might do the engine bay with this one day. So, time to paint. Alright, my parts are painted. I moved them. I checked them out in the light. They look okay. They're acceptable for now. I might replace this EGR tube, but we'll see. If the paint holds up, I might just leave it as is. As I was painting, I gave about 3 coats. Let it dry for about 15 minutes, then give it another coat. So about 3 coats total. This is the last coat. Now it's dried. I'm gonna let it cure. I think 24 hours is what I need. And once they're cured, they'll go back on the car. So will the alternator, and I will search for my belt. My tools are kind of clean. I think it's looking better, and I'm getting rid of some bulky storage methods. So whatever, but for right now, here's the toolbox tour. I'm committed to your audio experience. Therefore, I have flipped my microphone around. Let me know if you appreciate this. So first, I'll just let's go from exterior in. This is a Craftsman toolbox. This is the first toolbox. I'm sorry, I'm probably too close to the microphone. This is a Craftsman toolbox. This is the first toolbox I ever got. It's a Quiet Glide. I got it with this top piece right here. This was my first big tool purchase, along with a Craftsman 1/2-inch drive impact gun, which I don't have anymore, but I got my first job as a mechanic, sort of, working at a Goodyear, and they told me I needed a box and I needed my own tools, no exceptions. So I went to the local Sears right after the interview. I was hired, obviously. I applied for a line of credit, and that day I think I charged about $800, and I got this Craftsman box right here, this top piece for it, and a set of Craftsman impact sockets for lug nuts, and a 1/2-inch drive impact wrench. And that was my first box setup, basically. And then we move along here. When I graduated school, I had a voucher for tools, and I had enough to get this box right here. And I got a lot of tools with that, and they were at a discounted price. They were about 50 to 40%, something like that, through my school. So that's why I was able to get this $1,400 toolbox for $700 or whatever it was, because of my school's tool voucher plus a discount, which we had all paid in as part of tuition because I went to mechanic school. Up here I have, tools that are in plastic cases, like specialty brake tools, field pump tester, field pump and vacuum gauge tester. Okay. I got my little inspection camera, nonsense. I don't use it often. It's bulky, it takes up a lot of space, so it's up there. So, when I started working as a mechanic, this box usually stayed at home, so this was like our C-car stuff. So right now, junk, aerosol, couple lights. It's really nothing to write home about. Up here, wrenches, self-explanatory. Clutch tool for the Celica. Tape and wires and random shit. This is like junk and whatever. So I got like random stuff you don't use much. Tap and die set. Really just leave it there. Pliers and things. Here's pliers. Could be sorted better. These are just random things. Sliders, circuit breakers, little specialty drill out tools and whatever. It's just really just junk. And these are like spare tools that I just toss there. just to get them out my way. And here's like aerosols, paints, primers, undercoat, whatever. If it doesn't fit in there, my rule is kind of I can't have it, but not doing so great. This is like my to-do list for the Evo. So I'm gonna do the fluids, got a front motor mount. Then for the Celica, the alternator, and I'm relocating the kill switch for the battery, the cutoff switch. There's kind of like random things there. Nuts, bolts, butt connectors, you know, lugs for battery terminals. I try to keep in these plastic bins now. Alright, so this was the box that I was taking to work once I got it. This was probably my second job in Jersey. Actually, my third job as a mechanic in Jersey. I got this. I had this box since I graduated school, but it was just sitting in my bedroom. And since my second job was at a Quick Lube, and my first job, they didn't let me do anything major. I didn't have a need to keep my tools at work. Most of my tools were at home. So once I got my third job as a mechanic at an STS, that's when I started rocking this box and expanding, and I got a tool cart, you know, top drawer, 3/8 drive, metric to the front. Don't really use the standard much, and impact, don't really have much use for it since I sold my electric impact and I have no air compressor. It's all by hand over here now. Just Allen keys from Harbor Freight and Torx and things. Since I'm not going to use these often anymore, I'm not getting paid to be a mechanic. It's just as a hobby now, so I don't really need that. 1/2" drive impact, 1/2" drive chrome, deep, shallow, whatever. Snap-on, Ingersoll Rand. These trays are from Harbor Freight. These trays with the pegs are, I believe, Lyle brand, and you can get them at Sears. Magnetic tray for these Hex, Allen, whatever. Go-to extensions, go-to wrenches, screwdrivers, Torx, flat Phillips. It's labeled, but I need to update these labels. And these stickers are all from back in the day. Most of these aren't stickers that I got recently either. This I gotta sort out through, but electrical stuff mainly. Wrenches. Harness deep pinning tools. If you plan on doing a wire tuck, see if you look into this set. Maybe you can get away with just getting 1 or 2. You don't need the whole set, but it's very handy. Or you can make your own tools. Wrenches, more wrenches. These are like more auxiliary tools that I need to sort. Peep the stickers though. How to import nights back in the day. Here's my jack. That's probably one of the best jacks you could get from Harbor Freight. And here's my tool cart. I got it from Harbor Freight. Back in the day, you could get these for $100 with a coupon. Now they're like $130. They're still a great deal. This one, when I close the lid, this drawer won't stay shut. Something broke, but it's been apart about 2 or 3 times, and it's been to a couple of shops. I got this when I was working at a tire shop, and since then This has been to, let's see, a Firestone, back to an STS, and then to 2 different Fleet mechanic shops. So it's been around. And then back here, 3/8, 1/4 inch. Go to wrenches, not ratcheting, nothing fancy, just good old Craftsman's. These are made in the USA. A lot of Craftsman stuff is no longer made in the USA. These were handed down to me. That's why they don't have my name on them. They have someone else's name on them. Whatevs. It's cool though. It's freebie. Black Dollar Murder. These are probably the best hammers ever. Snap-on. Ball peen dead blow. Best hammers. And that's it. A couple ratchets, snap-on, whatever. Yeah. That's what I have. It's kind of like remnants, things that I haven't sold. There's a lot of tools that I don't have anymore that I've sold or gotten rid of. Just because I'm not really in the game anymore. I'm not a professional mechanic, and just doesn't really make sense to have all these things just collecting dust. If 3 months passed and it hasn't been used, then I kind of evaluate and ask myself, do I need this? Some tools I want to hold on to forever, obviously, being a car guy. But yeah, that's what I have now, and by no means is it what you need. It's just my little random collection that I wanted to share, because I think every tool collection is kind of unique and quirky. You know, some tools you find, some tools you prefer over others. Some people are very loyal to one brand, so there you have it. So thanks for watching the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned. More stuff coming. Bye. This lighting sucks.
Joey's here in the studio with us right now. Say hi, Joey, and tell the people where you're from.
Yeah. Is this mic on? Oh yeah, like, I come.
Cool. And I have